The dealer can smell a first-time buyer before you even sit down. They sell the payment while you inherit the insurance, repairs, bad tires, and title problems. These 7 cheap cars under $8,000 can be safer, smart, forgiving starter cars. But each has one trap nobody explains. Number 1 is boring, because boring saves beginners from expensive mistakes. Number 7, Hyundai Elantra, 1.8, 2011 to 2014. Newer-looking sedans can calm your nerves, and that is exactly why the Elantra pulls in first-time buyers who are shopping alone. We are talking about the 2011 to 2014 Hyundai Elantra GLS SE or Limited with the 1.8-liter 4-cylinder. For the cleanest under $8,000 setup, focus on GLS or SE sedans with service records, normal tires, and no warning lights glowing on the dash. This car looks more modern, cleaner, and more grown-up than a lot of old first cars, so a dealer can make it feel like the obvious choice. Slow down. Your first car is not just the price on the windshield. First-time drivers usually pay more for insurance because companies see limited driving experience as higher risk. That means a low-value compact matters because it may let you choose cheaper coverage than a newer financed car, depending on your state, lender, and situation. The Elantra helps because it is small enough to park easily, light enough to feel friendly, and common enough that independent shops can handle normal work like brakes, coils, plugs, suspension, sensors, fluids, and basic diagnosis. You do not need dealer software for every little problem. Current prices usually run $4,500 to $7,500, with rougher private party cars, lower and cleaner retail cars, higher. Why is it forgiving? Light steering, simple size, good visibility, decent fuel use, and easy parking. If you are nervous in traffic, that matters more than fancy wheels. The dealer trick is calling it newer for the money, while hoping you ignore engine noise, recall status, tire age, title history, and insurance cost. Your beginner test drive is simple. Start it cold and listen for ticking or knocking that gets faster when you gently rev it. Test every window, air conditioning, lock, light, and steering. Let go lightly on a straight road and see if it tracks straight. Brake once from neighborhood speed and once from highway speed. It should stop clean, not shake or pull. Look at the tires too. 4 mismatched tires tell you the last owner did the minimum. One more check matters before you smile at the price. Sit in the car with the engine running and watch the dashboard for 10 quiet seconds. Warning lights that disappear after a restart, flickering gauges, or a seller tapping the cluster are not normal, honest, or beginner-friendly. The next car looks awkward, but awkward can be good when it keeps insurance and repair drama low. Number 6. Scion XD, 2008 to 2012. Odd little hatchbacks are easy to laugh at, but the Scion XD can protect a beginner from overpaying, showing off, and buying more car than they need. The target is the 2008 to 2012 Scion XD base hatchback with the 1.8-liter 4-cylinder. It has Toyota family service logic, which matters when you are buying alone and do not know which shop to trust yet. Independent mechanics can handle brakes, suspension, coils, plugs, coolant, alternator, starter, fluids, and basic leaks without drama. That is the kind of repair simplicity a first-time buyer should care about. Insurance context matters here too. Small, low-value, non-sporty hatchbacks can be easier to quote than flashier compacts, but never guess. Call with the exact vehicle identification number before buying, because companies rate cars and drivers differently. Current XD prices usually sit around $4,500 to $7,500, depending on miles, condition, and how badly the last owner treated it. The XD, it is forgiving because it is easy to park, short enough to place in tight spots, slow enough to keep you humble, and practical enough for school, work, groceries, and daily errands. Cheap tires and simple brakes help when your budget is thin. The dealer trick is saying it is basically a Toyota to justify top money on a car with bald tires, hacked suspension, cheap wheels, or no service history. Toyota family hardware is not magic. Neglect still wins. Your beginner test drive should be visual and simple. Look underneath for rust. Check tire wear across the tread. Turn the air conditioning on and let it run at idle. Drive over bumps and listen for clunks. If it is automatic, the shifts should feel smooth and predictable. If it is manual, the clutch should not grab at the very top. Open the hatch and look for water stains or a musty smell. Also, glance under the dashboard for messy wiring, because some XDs get bad stereo installs from owners who cared more about noise than maintenance. A good XD should feel basic, steady, and honest. A bad one feels rattly, crooked, and tired before you even know why. If the seller rushes the drive, leave. You are not being difficult. You are protecting your first car money. One more first buyer clue is the paperwork. A plain XD with boring receipts is better than a shiny one with excuses. Ask when the coolant, transmission fluid, brakes, and tires were last handled. If the seller only talks about speakers and tint, keep your guard higher. The next car feels sharper, but a first-time buyer has to avoid the cool-looking money pits. If this straight first car talk helps you, subscribe. We show reliable starter cars, costly traps, and simple checks before you buy. Number 5. Mazda 3 2.0 2010 to 2013. Better steering can make a cheap car feel special, and that is why first-time buyers need to stay calm around the Mazda 3. The target is the 2010 to 2013 Mazda 3 iSport or iTouring with the 2-liter engine. Avoid Mazda speed models, heavy modifications, slammed suspension, loud exhaust, and anything that looks like someone learned bad habits in it. The 2-liter Mazda is a good first car choice because it gives a friendly size, useful trunk or hatch space, common parts, and normal repair work. Independent shops can handle brakes, suspension, plugs, coils, motor mounts, fluids, tires, air conditioning, and basic diagnosis. You are not buying a car that needs a dealer every time it sneezes. Insurance can be more reasonable than sporty trims, but quote it before buying. One fun trim, previous claim history, or young driver rating can change the total monthly cost fast. Current prices usually run $5,000 to $8,000 for sedans and higher mileage trims. Hatchbacks, Skyactiv cars, and clean low-mile examples can climb above the cap, so the beginner move is patience, not panic. Why is it forgiving? It is easy to park, light enough to feel manageable, and responsive enough to help you learn where the car is on the road. The dealer trick is showing a clean, sporty-looking Mazda and calling it fun while hiding rust, cheap modifications, worn suspension, bad tires, or a weak clutch. Fun is not useful if the car becomes a repair homework. Your beginner test drive starts at the rear wheel arches. Look for rust bubbles, rough paint, or crust around the lower edges. Then drive over rough pavement and listen for clunks. On a straight road, the steering wheel should stay centered. At highway speed, listen for wheel bearing hum. Test the brakes, air conditioning, windows, and radio, because cheap cars hide small problems everywhere. A good Mazda should feel tight, direct, and confident. A rough one will pull, rattle, shake, or smell like hot oil after a short drive. Also, check tire brands. 4 different tires can mean the owner patched the car together one emergency at a time. That is not always a deal killer, but it tells you how the car lived. If you love the way it drives, good. Just do not let that feeling mute your eyes and ears. One more trap is emotion. The Mazda can feel more expensive than it is, so beginners excuse things they should not. Do not forgive a steering shake, warning light, or rust bubble because the car feels fun. First cars should build confidence, not hide repair debt. The next car has the Honda name everyone trusts, but beginners still need one serious warning. Number 4. Honda Civic 1.8 2009 to 2012. Honda's reputation can make first-time buyers relax too early, and that is how a rough Civic gets sold at a clean Civic price. The target is the 2009 to 2012 Civic DX, LX, EX, or similar trim with a 1.8-liter engine. Avoid SI trims for this first car list because insurance, abuse risk, and owner history can jump fast. A normal Civic can be a smart first car because independent shops know it well. Brakes, suspension, coils, plugs, air conditioning work, motor mounts, fluids, and basic diagnostics are familiar. Parts are common. Advice is everywhere, but the badge does not inspect the car for you. Insurance context matters too. A regular Civic can be reasonable, but Civic popularity, theft history in some areas, young driver ownership, and trim choice can affect quotes. Price LX and EX insurance separately before buying. Current prices usually run $4,500 to $8,000, especially 2009 to 2011 cars or higher mile 2012 examples. Cleaner cars may push higher, so do not fall for a payment just because the badge is Honda. Why is it forgiving? Good visibility, easy controls, manageable size, strong fuel economy, cheap parts, and a huge repair community. The dealer trick is simple and effective. They say, "It is a Honda. These last forever." And first-time buyers stop checking. No, a Honda with bald tires, an overheating history, accident repairs, warning lights, and no records is not a safe first car. Your beginner test drive is basic. Check the coolant level before the car gets hot. Turn on the air conditioning. Watch the temperature gauge. Feel whether the steering pulls. Brake from a normal speed and feel for shaking. Drive at highway speed and see if it tracks straight. Listen for suspension clunks, wheel bearing hum, and engine vibration. Look at the hood gaps and bumper lines for accident clues. A good Civic should feel light, clean, and predictable. A bad one can still shine after a detail. Do not buy shine, buy proof. Also, avoid modified cars with cheap intakes, loud exhausts, cut springs, or mystery wiring. That is not personality, that is risk. If the seller will not let you take a longer test drive or get an inspection, walk away. One more Civic warning is price pressure. Sellers know beginners trust Honda, so they may act like another buyer is already waiting. Maybe they are. Let them have it if the car has no records, old tires, dirty coolant, or a title story that keeps changing. The next car is slower and smaller, which is exactly why it keeps beginner costs down. Number 3. Toyota Yaris, 2009 to 2012. Tiny cars get mocked until a new driver has to park, insure, and fix one with a small paycheck. The Toyota Yaris from 2009 to 2012 is exactly the kind of first car people overlook because it looks too small, too plain, and too slow. Good. Slow can be safer, cheaper, and easier to live with when you are just learning ownership. Look for a hatchback or sedan with a 1.5-liter 4-cylinder, preferably a simple trim with clean service history. The Yaris is forgiving because it has light steering, short length, simple controls, cheap tires, cheap brakes, low power, and easy parking. You are not trying to impress strangers. You are trying to get to work, school, practice, errands, and home without draining your account. The insurance context is important. A low-power, low-value Toyota subcompact can be a better quote than flashier compacts, but it is not automatic. Call with the exact vehicle identification number before buying. Current prices usually sit around $4,500 to $7,000, depending on miles, rust, body style, and condition. Independent shops can handle the basics: brakes, tires, belts, coolant, water pump, suspension, plugs, coils, fluids, and small leaks. No dealer-only nonsense for normal repairs. The dealer trick is calling it too small and pushing you toward a more expensive compact or crossover with bigger tires, higher insurance, and a bigger payment. Do not let someone shame you out of a smart first car. Your beginner test drive is simple. Check coolant level, water pump seepage, belt noise, air conditioning, tire age, shift feel, and whether the car shakes at highway speed. Look at the front tires. If they are worn on one edge, alignment or suspension work may be waiting. Check the bumper corners too. Small cars often get city bruises, and cosmetic scratches are fine. Bad structure is not. A good Yaris should feel basic, honest, and easy. It will be loud on the highway, and it will not feel powerful around trucks. That is normal. What is not normal is overheating, grinding, hard shifting, warning lights, or a seller who says the temperature gauge always does that. No, it does not. The Yaris teaches the right first car lesson. Low drama beats high image. One more thing makes the Yaris useful for new drivers. Mistakes cost less. A tire, brake job, mirror, battery, or small suspension repair usually hurts less here than on a bigger, newer car. That matters when your first year of ownership is already full of learning. The next small hatch costs more when clean, but the space trick is why buyers keep chasing it. Subscribe if you want smarter first car picks without dealership smoke. We compare insurance, repairs, parts, and red flags before you buy. Number 2. Honda Fit, 2009 to 2013. Small outside does not mean useless, and the Honda Fit proves it the moment you fold the seats. The target is the 2009 to 2013 Fit Pacer Sport with the 1.5-liter four-cylinder. Manual or automatic can work if the car is clean, but service history matters more than the badge. The Fit is popular because it feels easy in traffic and still handles real life. School bags, work gear, groceries, small furniture, laundry, tools, and weekend stuff all fit better than you expect. That makes first-time buyers fall in love fast. Slow down anyway. Clean Fits can be expensive for their age, and under $8,000 usually means higher miles, average condition, cosmetic wear, or patient private party hunting. The current target price is around $5,500 to $8,000. If a seller wants premium money, the car needs premium proof. Insurance can be decent because it is small and practical, but quote before purchase because insurance plus repairs plus registration is the real monthly cost, not just the sale price. Independent shops know these cars well. Normal repairs include coils, plugs, valve service, brakes, suspension, wheel bearings, air conditioning, fluids, and hatch leak checks. Why is it forgiving? Easy parking, excellent visibility, low fuel use, clever cargo space, and simple driving feel. It is good for a first buyer who needs one car to do a little of everything. The dealer trick is saying, Honda Fit holds value to make a high-mile car sound like a deal, even when it needs tires, suspension, air conditioning work, valve service, or wheel bearings. Value only matters when the car is healthy. Your beginner test drive should include the cargo area, lift the rear floor, and check the spare tire well for moisture. Smell for mildew, test the air conditioning while idling, drive over bumps, and listen for suspension noise. At highway speed, listen for wheel bearing hum. Watch for rough idle, misfires, and jerky automatic shifts. A Fit with a wet cargo area, weak air conditioning, rough idle or bearing noise is not a cute little bargain. It is a repair homework. A good Fit should feel cheerful, simple, and useful, not shaky and neglected. Also, watch the delivery driver's wear. If the seats are crushed, the cargo area is destroyed, and the miles are high, price it like a work car, not a pampered Honda. One more warning is seller pride. Fit owners know these cars are useful, so some price them like collector items. Do not overpay for a tired one just because the seats fold flat. Utility is great, but records, dry carpets, smooth idle, and clean shifts matter more. And number one is the boring Toyota that keeps first-time buyers from making emotional mistakes. Number 1. Toyota Corolla 1.8, 2009 to 2013. Boring can protect your wallet, and the Toyota Corolla is the first car lesson most excited buyers learn too late. The target is the 2009 to 2013 Corolla Base, LE or S, with the 1.8-liter four-cylinder. Avoid rough examples with warning lights, bad accident history, no records, overheating signs, or sellers who rush you. The Corolla belongs at number 1 because it is easy to repair, easy to understand, easy to park, and forgiving when a new owner makes normal beginner mistakes. It has simple controls, predictable braking, good visibility, cheap tires, low repair complexity, and a calm driving personality. Independent shops can fix all these all day. Brakes, struts, plugs, coils, alternator, starter, fluids, tires, sensors, and basic diagnostics. No dealer-only drama for normal repairs. The insurance context is strong, too. Low power, cheap parts, common repairs, and low drama help the first car argument. But still quote the exact vehicle identification number, because first-time drivers pay more, and companies rate cars differently. Current prices usually run $5,500 to $8,000 for 2009 to 2012 cars, higher mile examples, and private party fines. Clean 2013 examples may exceed the cap, so do not force the deal. The dealer trick is the Toyota tax. They charge clean money for a bad Corolla because first-time buyers hear Corolla and accept bald tires, no service records, collision repairs, warning lights, or old fluids. Do not do that. Your beginner test drive is your defense. Drive it cold and warm. Make sure it starts clean, shifts smoothly, stops straight, stays cool, and does not pull on the highway. Check tire age, air conditioning, oil level, coolant level, brake feel, tidal status, and whether every lock and window works. Look at the rear bumper, trunk gaps, and headlights for accident clues. A good Corolla should feel boring, steady, and confidence-building. A bad Corolla still has the badge, but the badge does not pay your repair bill. Why number 1? Because it teaches the best first car mindset. Boring is not a weakness. Boring can mean reliable, cheaper, safer, and easier to live with. Your first car should not pressure you into payments, tickets, repairs, or panic. It should teach you maintenance, budgeting, parking, and responsibility without punishing every mistake. If you find a clean Corolla with records, good tires, smooth shifts, cold air, and no title drama, do not reject it because it feels plain. Plain is exactly why it works. One more reason the Corolla wins is emotional control. It does not make you feel invincible, fast, or flashy. That is good. First-time buyers need a car that keeps decisions simple, calmer, and affordable when parking is bad, traffic is heavy, and money is tight. If this saves you money, subscribe. We show reliable first cars, costly traps, and simple checks before dealers pressure new buyers. Buyer rule close. For a first-time buyer, the right car is not the one that looks best in photos. It is the one that survives your first mistakes without draining your bank account. Before buying anything, quote insurance with the exact vehicle identification number. Do not guess. First-time drivers can pay more because limited driving history raises risk, and rates can vary heavily by company. Then check the title. Scan for codes. Test every light, window, lock, seatbelt, air conditioning setting, and wiper. Drive it cold. Drive it warm. Look at tire age, not just tread. If the seller rushes you, leave. Your first car should start clean, shift smoothly, stop straight, stay cool, and not scare you with weird noises. Do not buy the payment. Do not buy the badge. Do not buy the story. Buy the car that lets you learn ownership without getting punished. Also, keep money aside after the purchase. You will need registration, insurance, fluids, tires, wipers, brakes, or a battery sooner than you think. Spending every dollar on the car price is how a decent first car becomes stressful. Bring a friend. Take pictures. Write notes, and sleep on the deal if you feel pressured. A seller who says, "today only," is usually protecting his own pocket, not yours. That one night of patience can save months of repairs, arguments, insurance stress, and regret after the excitement finally wears off and ownership gets loud fast. Your first car should build confidence, not debt, panic, or repair regret. Click the video on your screen next. We'll show first cars that look cheaper but become painful fast. Subscribe for smarter buying.